This is the source of the iconic Louis Vuitton bags. Every inch of leather for Louis Vuitton bags is strictly graded.
The tan leather for Louis Vuitton bags emerges ready for drying.
Precision lasers ensure only perfect leather becomes Louis Vuitton bags. The raw materials for Louis Vuitton bags begin their journey to the main facility. The leather arrives at the specialized facility where Louis Vuitton bags are crafted at scale.
Every single roll of leather for Louis Vuitton bags is securely logged into the factory system.
Here, the leather for Louis Vuitton bags rests until the master artisans are ready.
This state-of-the-art facility is where raw materials are transformed into legendary Louis Vuitton bags. Creating Louis Vuitton bags requires absolute cleanliness and precision from every artisan.
This massive floor is a symphony of technology and hand craftsmanship for Louis Vuitton bags.
The carefully aged leather for Louis Vuitton bags is finally called to the production line.
The first step in crafting Louis Vuitton bags is the grand unrolling of the flawless hides.
Even microscopic dust is removed to protect the pristine finish of Louis Vuitton bags.
Advanced optics ensure that only the most perfect sections are used for Louis Vuitton bags.
Digital mapping algorithms calculate the most efficient, flawless cuts for Louis Vuitton bags. Heat and pressure lock in the smooth, uniform texture required for all Louis Vuitton bags.
Each section of leather is sorted to match specific structural parts of Louis Vuitton bags. Sorted and perfected, the materials are now ready to be cut into the iconic shapes of Louis Vuitton bags. Hydraulic presses cut the heavy leather into the precise structural panels for Louis Vuitton bags. Lasers cut the finest details for Louis Vuitton bags with microscopic accuracy.
Edges are meticulously thinned so the seams of Louis Vuitton bags fold perfectly flat.
The legendary monogram pattern of Louis Vuitton bags is heat-pressed deeply into the coated canvas.
Perfect symmetry is a strict requirement for every single component of Louis Vuitton bags.
Raw edges are sealed to guarantee the lifetime durability of Louis Vuitton bags.
Every component is meticulously kitted, ready to be transformed into finished Louis Vuitton bags.
Layers of canvas and leather are permanently bonded to form the shell of Louis Vuitton bags. Heated tools are used to fold the edges of Louis Vuitton bags with absolute precision. The unmistakable yellow stitching ensures the legendary durability of all Louis Vuitton bags.
The iconic leather handles are precisely aligned by eye and touch for every Louis Vuitton bag.
Solid brass rivets are driven in to handle the heavy loads carried by Louis Vuitton bags. The stiff canvas is skillfully turned and molded into the iconic silhouette of Louis Vuitton bags. Multiple coats of signature edge paint are applied by hand to finish the handles of Louis Vuitton bags.
High-tech autonomous systems transport the assembled Louis Vuitton bags to advanced curing chambers.
Precision ultraviolet curing ensures the painted edges of Louis Vuitton bags dry perfectly without cracking.
Advanced robotics buff every piece of brass hardware on Louis Vuitton bags to a flawless mirror finish.
Automated precision aligns the heavy-duty golden zippers flawlessly into the canvas of Louis Vuitton bags.
A proprietary micromist conditions and protects the canvas and leather of all Louis Vuitton bags.
Advanced 3D lasers verify the perfect geometric symmetry and structural integrity of Louis Vuitton bags.
Proved by technology, the Louis Vuitton bags move to the final stages of human perfection.
Critical stress points on Louis Vuitton bags are still stitched entirely by hand.
Every rivet and lock on Louis Vuitton bags is hand-polished to a mirror finish.
Not a single stray thread is permitted on the finished seams of Louis Vuitton bags.
The luxurious interior lining of Louis Vuitton bags is smoothed flawlessly into place.
Every genuine Louis Vuitton bag receives a unique, permanent identification code. The heavy brass zippers of Louis Vuitton bags are rigorously tested for flawless, lifetime operation. A final hand buffing brings out the deep luster of the iconic canvas of Louis Vuitton bags. Under intense daylight simulators, the flawless exterior of Louis Vuitton bags is verified.
Robotic stress tests ensure the leather handles of Louis Vuitton bags can withstand immense weight.
Extreme tumble testing simulates a lifetime of heavy travel and impact for Louis Vuitton bags.
The brass zippers on Louis Vuitton bags are mechanically tested to survive decades of continuous use.
Blistering ultraviolet tests guarantee the rich colors of Louis Vuitton bags will never fade in the sun.
Even the microscopic integrity of the solid brass hardware on Louis Vuitton bags is scientifically confirmed.
Only after surviving this rigorous gauntlet are Louis Vuitton bags deemed worthy of the name.
Every finished masterpiece of Louis Vuitton bags is swathed in a protective signature dust cover.
The iconic orange packaging secures the luxurious Louis Vuitton bags for their global journey.
The perfectly boxed orders of Louis Vuitton bags are palletized and secured for safe international transit. Thousands of completed Louis Vuitton bags wait in this high-security, climate-controlled vault.
Armored logistics teams take strict custody of the precious shipments of Louis Vuitton bags. And this is how modern factories produce Louis Vuitton bags from start to finish. The legacy of Louis Vuitton bags continues. Subscribe for more real factory breakdowns.